It is halftime, and Clemson is doing what you're supposed to do when you play. I don't want to call App State a bad team, but I have a saying: beat a bad team bad. Beat a team that you're supposed to beat commandingly, and that's exactly. In fact, they've went beyond that. Clemson is destroying Appalachian State, 56-13 at halftime. Yes, 56-13 at halftime. So Appalachian State's not. They won't have the chance to have Clemson join the ranks of Michigan and Texas A&M and other teams. Clemson's like, look, we've put up with enough from this Georgia game. We're not going to give you the chance to add us to that list. We're going to beat you, and not only beat you, we're going to destroy you. And I'm going to tell you this: I'm very happy for a certain group of people at Clemson right now. It's not the fans. It's definitely not the coaches. It's the players. If you watch my show, you know I'm a player heavy, supportive person. I support the players, even the players who at times, you're sitting there going, my goodness, what are you talking about? You need to be a little more hard and more put a little more pressure on them. And there is time for that. Times for that. Of I can't speak right now. Time for that. But I will tell you this. And I want to make this very, very clear. I am happy that the players on both sides of the football are actually getting a chance to go out and play. That on the offensive side of the ball, we're not seeing that very stale lack of creativity that we've seen not only last week, we've seen it in years past. We saw creativity in this game. And I'm happy for the players. I'm happy for Cade. I've been taking up for Cade ad nauseum for a very, very long time. I'd take up for Cade for last week. That's not on that guy. But I'm very happy for Cade. I'm glad to see Wesco definitely getting involved. The touchdown pass to TJ Moore was fantastic. Phil Mafo rips off an 83-yard touchdown run. You know I'm big on Phil. Love Phil. Been pulling for Phil for a very long time. So I'm very happy to see these guys get in there, get theirs. Brennan Stoll, that touchdown pass down the sideline. I mean, he barely realized, oh crap, the ball's there, and he catches it. That's incredible, and I'm very, very happy for him. I'm happy that our defense actually has an offense that's putting up points to where they can go out there and play a little more free. They're not, they're not under the gun or a gun to their head the entire time. I'm very happy for the players. So I'm going to get into some of the stats here. Just to throw this out there, if you're watching the game, you probably heard this, and it has been confirmed that Clemson scored the most points in a quarter, I think, in the history of Clemson. And that was in the first quarter, 35 points. It might have been the Dabo Swinney era, but I'm pretty sure it's in the history of Clemson. Of course, right now, 56-10. They're playing with a massive chip on their shoulder. The players are angry. I can tell they're angry. They didn't come to Clemson to win 8 ball games. They came to Clemson to play championship football. So I'm glad that this week their coaches, especially on the offensive side of the ball, decided to give them a shot. So let's look at this. Cade Klubnik, 24 of 26, 378 yards, 5 touchdowns. The touchdown pass he threw to Bryant Wesco, the very first one. Say what you want to say about Cade. Say that we're playing Appalachian State and we're not playing Georgia. Let's pause there. You're right. This is against App State. This is not against Georgia. But the pass that he threw to Wesco, that was a big boy pass. He could throw, he threw that ball and threw it very, very well. The strike that he threw to TJ Moore that ended up being a touchdown. TJ Moore took it the distance. That was a big boy pass. That was not some loon out there running around looking like a squirrel. Like I've been told, he looks like he's a squirrel out there. And I get what you're trying to say, but a lot of times this guy's been trying to make something happen. And for him to come out there and throw high 90 percentile, Completion rate, 24 out of 26, 378 and 5 touchdowns. I'm happy for him. I'm really happy for Cade Klubnik. I don't care if this is Appalachian State. I'm happy for Cade Klubnik. Phil Maffa, 10 carries, 118 yards, and 1 touchdown. Yes, he had the 83-yard touchdown run, but folks, I'll take it. I'm big on Phil Maffa. You know that. And I'm very happy for him. 10 carries, 118, 1 touchdown. Bryant Wesco is the leading receiver at this point. 3 receptions, 130 yards, and 1 touchdown. He had that incredible grab, almost got in, and then he got stopped. But incredible play by Wesco, Maffa, Klubnik. Let's go to some of the stats. You know me, I know that you can go look up stats. I don't always read all of them, but this is really good. Clemson has 525 total yards in the first half. 378, as I said, passing, 147 on the ground. Clemson is 6 of 6 on third down conversion. Appalachian State's 1 of 8. Appalachian State has 13 first downs versus Clemson's 19. So when you think about first downs, and you hear 13 and 19, you're like, that's not really that big of a deal. And when you consider, get this, Appalachian State's had the ball almost as long as Clemson. So Clemson's had the ball for 15 minutes and 10 seconds. Appalachian State's had it for 14 minutes and 50 seconds. But here's the key. Clemson's been peeling off these massive plays. Massive plays. And they even have a turnover. App State doesn't have a turnover. Clemson has a turnover. But it's just Clemson's been just chewing away at the boys from Boone. Let's get into Appalachian State. They have 199 total yards, 96 passing, 103 on the ground. The running back, Anderson Castle, he gave them, I believe he gave them a touchdown, 6 carries, 70 yards. Guy's just coming out there playing hard. He knows the game is out of reach. And I'll tell you someone who I'm kind of shocked at, and it goes back to Clemson's defensive playability. Their coaches has been setting them up for success for a long time. You know, I'm high on our defense. I love our defense, and I have a lot of respect for our defensive coaches, unlike our offensive coaches. I'm not saying that towards Matt Luke, but I just always like to differentiate who I have a lot of respect for, and then others, I won't say that I don't have respect for them. I have a lot of questions. Let's say that. I have a lot more questions on the offensive side of the football. But the defense has been setting themselves up, starting with the coaches, going to player development, all the way into personnel and execution. They've been playing well for a while. Even what happened last week, I don't blame the defense for that. The defense just got tired. So I'm high on the defense, but I'm telling you this, they have made Joey Aguilar from Appalachian State, the quarterback, they have made him look terrible. Terrible. He's 9 of 26, 96 yards passing. So the defense doing what they do. The offense is doing what they have not been doing. Once again, I go back to coaching on that. So anyway, I'm going to get into the comments section. I have 115 of you in here. Folks, I'm barreling towards 5,000 subscribers out of nowhere. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I was like, hey, I'm almost at 4,000 subscribers. If you don't mind subscribing, give me to 4,000. In 2 weeks, I'm almost at 5,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. I do appreciate it. Let's get into the comment section. I'm going to miss some of these, so please don't take it. Please don't take this, take it personal. I'm not trying to overlook anybody here. I did reach out to someone the other day who said I overlooked their comments and so on, and I actually had their email address, reached out to them and said, hey, that was not intentional. I'm sorry about that. Big John, somebody broke out the holy water. This isn't a football game. This is exorcism. Exorcism. Yeah, that is correct. Big John, thanks for supporting the channel. You see the symbol beside his name? He is a monthly supporter, so you can join if you want to. Go beyond subscribing, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the channel on a monthly basis, $3 or $5. It's just, I tried to make it as cheap as possible. Thank you. Yes, they are doing well. Jonathan Dukes, go Tigers. Mr. Branby, go Tigers. Adam Watford, Brian, what is happening right now? Let me tell you what's happening right now. I know they played Georgia last week. Georgia's Georgia, okay? But I'm going to tell you what's happening. They opened up the playbook, And they could have opened up the playbook last week. I'm not trying to pee on anybody's parade here. Don't get mad at me. I know some people's going to be like, you're never happy. But here's the thing. They could have opened up the playbook last week, right? They could have done that. And they didn't. They waited to do it on the Little Mountain Skull. And so that is something that is bothering me here. I admit that I'm worrying inside because I'm very happy, and at the same time, I'm looking back a week ago going, you should have done it then. But hey, I'll take them doing this versus blowing it against Appalachian State. So you just have to have that balance there. Fireval, outstanding Clemson. Fireval, your team right now is putting NC State through it. I mean, they are beating up on NC State. So thank you. Congrats on your team doing what they're doing right now. Thomas Honeycutt in here. Joey Cogdo, I'm loving this, Brian. We waited for this. You're 100% right. My nephew, he turns 12 today. Happy birthday, my buddy. He's in here under Fusion Plays Sporting Games. I'd like to see Pyramid or Vizina. At this point, son, you will see both of them. Happy birthday again. Did aliens invade and give us a new football team? Still Gamble, supporter of the channel. You see the symbol beside her name. No, the offensive coaching team decided to open up the playbook against Appalachian State and not Georgia. And at least give them a shot. So that's what happened. And again, I'm happy for the players, that the players actually get to go out and execute plays that are fun, plays that are challenging, plays that can be productive, and gives the defense a chance to go out there and actually not have to, well, do what they've had to do for a while. Jamie Stone, hey buddy, on the way to work, listening. I hope those wings you cooked a little earlier were delicious. It's good. Thank you for listening. I say keep the starters in. I want 100. Tiger 2 Deep. Hope PW is okay. Yeah, Peter Woods went down, and I hope he's okay because that's terrible. It's really, really terrible. I'm gonna go through JT Brown dropping some dough. Go Tigers. We would have had half this energy on offense. Wish we had half this the energy last week. Yeah, me too. Me too. I wish they did. For some reason, the coaches decided, hey, we're not going to open up the playbook until next week. You know, we're not going to do that until next week. We're going to wait and get humiliated. Then we're going to open up the playbook. So, you know, that is one. And here's the thing: if they open up the playbook this week versus last week, Georgia and our opponents, they're going to see this film. So they might as well opened up the playbook last week. That's just my thought on it. But thank you so much for supporting the channel. $5 and you're a member and you're a supporter. So thank you so much, JT. I really do appreciate that. Roger Allen Martin in here talking some good trash. Roger Parts, great game. Need to be consistent each week. I agree with you 100%. Thank you for supporting the channel and being a subscriber. SR987, FYIK sets feet, then he's great. Yep, you're right. You're right. Thank you for supporting the channel on a monthly basis, my friend. Let's go through. A bunch of people in here. I'm going to miss some people. Cedric Green, Jordan Butler, Dylan Spell. So did you expect to have a wide receiver with over 100 yards? After last week, I didn't know what to expect. I'm being honest. C-Wavy, 80 to 100. I want to see Cade break more records. That's great. Looks like a different group of wide receivers and a different quarterback. I just hope they are here to stay. Let's pause there. That's a great point. I know the game's going to start here in just a second. And I know you want to watch that and not just me talk about college football, or talk about it when you could actually watch it. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to make this very very clear. Right now, my son's doing something that he doesn't supposed to do, and I'm going to mute my mic. Hold on one second, folks. All right, folks, that's just being a father and having to mute your mic out and tell your son not to run from his mom, which he is doing right now. He's going to lose his PlayStation privileges if he keeps on. And yes, I'm live, and they're hearing that. Anyway, they started Wesco from what I can remember. having Wesco and TJ Moore involved, that's a big deal. They should have, right? They should have. They should have done that last week. I don't care if they were playing the Red Hat ladies from Idaho last week. They should have done that last week. Clemson right now is more reactive on the offensive side than proactive. Proactive looks at what could be and says, hey, we'll try that. Reactive goes, oh no, we lost by 31 points. It's time to actually coach. That's the difference between reactive and proactive. And I hope that they can stay. Let's see. Member for 12 months, by the way. That says member for 12 months. That's awesome. Cade No Line continuing to play well. I hope so. I'm going to move a little faster. Y'all please forgive me if I overlook anyone. I know I probably will. The hard take, it's because Dabo played the good players, the wide receivers. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. You nailed it. What's going on down here? App State is still a decent team. They are. I have a lot of respect for them. You should go to that stadium up there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Cutting to the side of the mountain. It's great. Dentran, yes, it is different not playing Georgia. You're 100% right. You are 100% right. Go through here a few more. There's a bunch of people in here that I'm missing. Tommy Kaiser, the O-line is looking much better, but look how quick Cade is making a decision with the ball. No hesitation, just reads the defense and bam. Yep, that's right. Brent Jones. It's been a while. Let's freaking go. It's good to see you, my friend. Lucas Andrew, it's good to see you. Yeah, Tennessee is smacking around NC State, and we should watch them and do likewise. Kevin Blackman, hadn't seen you in here in a while. I want to see Vizina or Pierman. Yeah, 100%. 100% right. Big John, $5.60. Thank you so much for dropping that on the channel. I'm so happy. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for that $5 and the 60 cents. That's awesome. Go through here a little quicker. I'm probably missing some people. Again, please forgive me. Official Mikey, we still need a new wide receivers coach. That is, yeah, I agree with you. I really do. Yeah, 100%. Not using Turner enough. Ruby Ridge, I thought of you when they did the reverse to Turner. I was like, if I could have immediately contacted you and said, you need to check this out. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Anyway. Well, anyone watching the Bama game? Yeah. How about Notre Dame losing? How about LSU? I mean, farting it up against Nichols. How about the hype train of Colorado getting ripped? I mean, getting ripped by Nebraska, by a team that actually anyway, I'm not even going there. Anyway, folks, y'all take care of yourself. I'll see you post game. Unless something happens, I have to get up early in the morning, but unless something happens, I'll see you post game. I'm very happy for the players, y'all. I can't say that enough. I'm happy for the players, especially the offensive players, especially after living through this terrible week. And I've been critical of our coaching, especially on the offensive side of the ball, and I've been critical of Sweeney. I haven't criticized our defense, really. I don't think at all in a while. But I just want to say this, and I mean this. I'm happy for the players. And that it thrills me. Y'all take care of yourself. I'll see you later on. Go Tigers.